The former Royal Yacht Britannia is taking on water at its moorings in Edinburgh. The vessel was due to be moved this morning to a dry dock for refurbishment, but as engineers began the task, they realised the boat was listing and leaking. Engineers are working to try to fix the problem while firefighters pump water from the vessel.
The Royal Yacht Britannia is leaking and listing to starboard. The unexpected development happened this morning when preparations were being made to move the vessel from its berth at Leith to docks a few hundred metres away, where she was due to undergo a refit. Firefighters with high-powered pumps have been drafted in, while reporter Lisa Summers is at the dockside. Lisa, how serious is the situation?
Well, what was supposed to happen this morning, Graham, was that the Royal Yacht was to be moved a matter of 400 or 500 yards from its mooring here at Ocean Terminal, where it's been for the last 14 years, over to a dry dock. But best laid plans and all, things haven't really been going to plan. Just as they were removing the final moorings this morning, the engineers discovered that the boat was listing to starboard about 4 degrees. And then they discovered that there was a leak in a door, and that meant that they called in firefighters about 11 o'clock. Now, they've been working to pump water off the boat while the engineers work to right it, and that task is still underway at the moment.
And where does this now leave the plans to move Britannia?
Well, the good news and the short answer is it's not going to sink. But as you can see, the boat is still listing a little bit. It was at 4 degrees, now it's at about 2 degrees. So the hope from those in charge of the operation is that if all things go to plan, they will get the move underway this afternoon. But if not this afternoon, then they plan to take it to dry dock tomorrow, and it'll remain there for a fortnight.
Lisa Summers, thank you.
We have our reporter there, Lisa Summers. She joins us now. Lisa, just tell us what's happening there.
Well, at one point this morning, the boat was listing to the starboard side at about 8 degrees. That's because when the engineers on board the boat were taking the last moorings away this morning, they discovered that it was listing. That wasn't entirely unexpected, but they also discovered that there was a leak in the seal of a door on the starboard side, and that's where the water was getting in. Now, that's when they called in Lothian and Borders Fire Service to try to help with pumping the water off. And joining me now is Group Commander Graham Ingalls, who's in charge of the operation here today. Graham, tell me what you've been doing.
Well, we were called about just after 11 o'clock to the Royal Ship Britannia, and we've been trying to bring the ship up to the vertical. So it's been listing to the starboard side, and we're currently using our pumps to pump water from starboard to port and bring it up to the vertical. And then that'll allow us to pass it on to the engineers so that they can do the work they plan to do today.
Well, when you think about it, just in the summer here, we had a lot of royal guests on the Royal Yacht when it was Zara Phillips' wedding. It's a bit of a different situation today, and it's not exactly the average call-out for somebody like you, is it?
No, it's not the average call-out for us, although we've dealt with ships before in the past, particularly when they're on fire. So the methods that we use are similar, and we want to bring it back to the vertical and get the planned work done so that we can have events like you've mentioned, in the future.
OK, Graham, thank you very much for joining us. Well, obviously the firefighters are still here and working to right the boat, but the organisers and the people in charge of the boat say that they are optimistic that they will have it righted this afternoon. And if all things go well, they might actually get it moved to the dry dock sometime this afternoon or tomorrow. It's due to stay there for a fortnight where it'll be repainted and then brought back to its moorings here at Leith so people can enjoy it during the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year. OK, Lisa Summers for us there. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, our maritime expert here, Sally Nugent, said it does look a bit wonky, which is why she's doing sport.
Yeah, really glad you shared that with everybody. It is a technical term, I can tell you.